Hey there, welcome back to No Pants Profits. My name is Richard, and today we are going to be talking about the Frontier GoWild Pass. Now, I usually fly with Delta or American or some other airlines, but Frontier had a deal for this summer. It actually started May 1st. Today is May 8th. Today's May 8th. I had a deal this summer that was like $399, and you can fly all you want. Now, I will tell you, there are some asterisks there we are definitely going to talk about, but overall this flight, even with adding a checked bag, which you got to do with Frontier, adding a carry-on bag and all that, came out to about $100 cheaper than every other flight from any other carrier. Now, I've never flown a low-cost airline before. I usually fly the other ones, and I'm a really strange guy because I'm going right from Frontier check-in to the American Express Platinum Lounge, what they call that, the Centurion Lounge. So I have to leave this terminal, go to another terminal, go to the Centurion Lounge with my Frontier pass. But this was about $100 cheaper than any other option, even when you factor in the bags and everything like that. And those other options are assuming without bags, assuming you don't have a credit card or anything like that. So once you start adding bags and stuff, $150, $200 cheaper than any other option. But we're going to say $100 right now, just for simplicity's sake. Now, the thing is, there is a layover in Vegas. It is right now 7, almost 7:30. I have a layover in Vegas from 12:30 at night until 3 p.m. the next day. But you know what? If you're out and you have to be stuck in anywhere in the world, you got the city that never sleeps, New York, and then you got Vegas, what happens in Vegas. So we're going to make a separate video. It's going to talk about what's going on in Vegas. But I'm trying this Frontier GoWild Pass. I'm at the Miami International Airport, and I am headed to Las Vegas and then to Seattle because we're going on the brand new Carnival Luminosa. Now, all these videos are going to be there, but this will be the first one to drop. So I did check myself in, and I've got a bag drop of note. Frontier's baggage policy is 10 pounds lighter than everyone else, so they are at 40 pounds instead of 50 pounds. And also, if you need assistance, you actually have to pay $25 to actually get agent assistance. But if you do it on the app yourself, you just go through the bag drop right there. I don't know that the assistance is relevant to international, where they have to check your passport and different things like that. But we are getting in line right now for Frontier for my first time with the Frontier GoWild Pass. And I'm going to give you a review because I've never flown Frontier before. So I'll talk about the breakdown of the fees and everything like that when I get sat down at the gate. But yeah, $399 for all you can fly. Hashtag asterisk, because there are some fees involved here. Let's see how this goes. Crossing my fingers. I will tell you, I just finished checking my bag. It was 3 pounds over. I had to move those 3 pounds from my actual bag to my personal item. So there is no wiggle room. Actually got it to 41 pounds. But they are checking it all the way through. Even though I have a 15-hour layover in Las Vegas, they're going to check it through directly to Seattle. So at least it's not a low-cost airline in that way. But now it's time to go through security. And again, I've got my backpack right here, Linus Tech Tip backpack, if you know it, and just a little personal item. And just to show you the sizes, they're very restrictive on the size of items that you can take with you, but we'll see how much room we have on the plane and different things like that. I'll tell you a little bit more of a breakdown of what this cost overall. So I made it through security, and this terminal is like in its own private island of its own, Terminal F. I can't actually even get to the Centurion Lounge if I wanted to. I do want to discuss the bag situation, so they do have a 40-pound checked bag, which, it depends when you pay for the check bag. It could be as little as like $30, as much as like $50. But if it's a pound over 40 pounds, they charge you $50 from 41 to 50. And then you have two different types of carry-on bags, so and we're right at the gate right now. So, have a carry-on. Zone 1 must be on your boarding pass. If not, here are the options. You can pay for it in the mobile app, or you can pay with an agent. So you have to have Zone 1, and you get this included for free. So you get a personal item included for free that's got to fit in that box. I'll give you an idea real quick. Let's go down to the box. You see, ta-da! There's personal item. No problem. I can fit 2 personal items in that personal item box. And then you've got the carry-on, which is pretty much a standard carry-on size, but in reality it's a little bit smaller than most airlines have for carry-ons. But the problem is this gate is kind of, I'm not trying to be mean, it's kind of designed for frontier clientele. They've got a Budweiser place. They've got multiple beer places in this terminal in Miami. You'll see there's some pizza, and it's very different than what you'd get in a Delta or American terminal. So yes, it's going to take me 4 flights or so to save some money based on the $3.99 I paid out. But like, if we take a look, this is the Anheuser-Busch Brew House. There's a pizza place. There's a couple other places like that, but there is no connection to any other terminals or any other lounges. There is no lounge here. A lot of the stores are actually closed here. So, I mean, you're flying a budget airline, you're going to get a lot more of a budget experience, especially going out of Miami. We'll see in Vegas if we can get into the Centurion Lounge in Vegas, but it's literally impossible once you get through security here to get anywhere. And other than the Budweiser place, there's not really anything that's open. This is not really boding well for once we get on board the plane and the experience that's going to be on board, but we shall see. I'll give you a report from there. Now remember, when you do an experiment like this, you have to factor everything into play. I went with the shortest line because I don't want to wait online for half an hour. I got 2 empanadas, got a ham, egg, and cheese, and let's see if I can show you here, and a spicy beef empanada because I can't leave this terminal. They've intentionally trapped you here. Just saying, there's no air train, there's no bus, there's nothing. This is the spicy beef. So 2 empanadas, big old bottle of water. $16. Now, I wouldn't have paid that had I had access to the MX Centurion Lounge. So understand there's no lounge, no lounge accessible at all, at least in the Miami International Airport frontier departure area. So just be thoroughly and clearly aware of what you're dealing with right here, because that $100, we're down to $83 in savings on this flight. And I know on the flight they charge for drinks and snacks as well, where some of the other airlines wouldn't on a 6-hour flight. So we're going to compare, we're going to see, because right now this is the first summer they've launched this GoWild Pass, and just like Egypt, a lot of people said, don't go Frontier, don't go Frontier, don't go Frontier, don't go Frontier, and I was like, go Frontier, because it's saving you on the base fare, but it's not saving you on all of their extra charges they have for choosing seats and stuff like that. So like I said, we're down to like $83 in savings right now over the other way, but might have to do this on the other side as well. We have a lounge in the Vegas airport, and if it locks us off from that lounge in the Vegas airport, got to factor that as well. But if you're asking if it's worth it, I mean, so far I'm still up money, but I do have a nice long layover in Vegas. So we'll discuss it at the end of the trip when we get to Seattle as well, but I want to take you along the way and give you my thoughts all along the way. So I've been super negative so far. Let me be positive. I was actually the first one on the plane. You see no one behind me, so that is a benefit if you do get that board first, which is like a $6 option, because I don't even know what I was dealing with. You get that $6 option. You'll be the first one on the plane. I am on row 4, seat C, and you can see there's no first class or anything like that. It's all just normal coach class airfare. Seats okay. Windows are a little small. Things are a little tight here, but overall not too bad thus far. I am a bigger guy, but we do fit perfectly fine right there. And no, I haven't tried the seatbelt yet. I don't know whether I need an extender. We'll see. Let you know the flight is in a bit. So we're about 10 minutes after scheduled takeoff now. The captain's come on multiple times and said there are some mechanical issues that they're fixing up and they do new paperwork. So yeah, we're still on the ground in Miami. Everyone's on board, but about 10 minutes after takeoff, they still haven't finished their paperwork from the mechanical issues. So they say it's going to be a couple more minutes. We'll have to see, but I've not seen this before on any recent flights with more reputable airlines, I'd put it that way. Not to be mean, but more reputable airlines. They're biting into my tiki bar time in Las Vegas because the tiki bar's only open until 6, and we're going to get there at about 12:30. So hopefully we still have good time in the tiki bar, and then we're going to go to the Peppermill after, and then definitely take a look at the Strip. Nearly an hour after takeoff, the pilot just came on. They did the safety briefing, they did everything like that. We're literally an hour after scheduled takeoff, and someone didn't sign the maintenance report properly. So the guy's coming back to sign the maintenance report. He just got into the cabin because he didn't sign it. We couldn't go. So, yeah. Not ever seen this on a normal airline before, but guess you get what you do or don't pay for. You see, there's our maintenance guy right there. That didn't sign on the dotted line. Takeoff is supposed to be 9:50, and it's now 10:32 p.m. Miami time. 1 hour and 5 minutes later, they finally got the paperwork done, so hopefully we'll be in the air soon. Main cabin door finally closed. It is 10:54 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, and just because they didn't sign a form twice. I've got to give credit where credit's due. It is 1 a.m. right now, about 20 to 25 minutes after the scheduled arrival, and we are in Vegas. How do you know we're in Vegas? Well, because there's slot machines at the airport gate. Literally, that's the gate with people getting off right now. And then here are the slot machines. Now, on board, anything other than a cup of water, you have to actually pay for. Soft drinks and bottles of water are $3.50. They have different snacks that are $5, and they have different boxes you can get with a bunch of stuff. I spent, because I was expecting a meal before, I spent $18 on the plane for 2 soft drinks, a box of cheese and fruits and stuff like that, and what's the last thing? Oh, and some sour gummies. So be aware that even if you want Coke, it's $3.50 on a Frontier flight. But you can get a cup of water for free. But if you do want a bottle of Dasani, it's that same $3.50. Alcohol starts at $9. They've got beer, they've got wine, and they have buzz balls. It's kind of like even the menu says, it's kind of like the Margaritaville of the sea. Thing is, my next flight with Frontier connecting out to Seattle is not until 3 p.m. tomorrow. It's 1 a.m. right now. So we got a few hours to explore Vegas. I'm going to make a slightly different video on that, but there might be some parts of it here in this video. But I do want to show you all the way to my final destination, Seattle, where my bag should be checked through. So I'm hoping my bag actually makes it to Seattle. We'll see. I got some air tags in there, but we'll see. I'll tell you, walking out of this terminal, it's not just me. There's probably hundreds of people just waiting around for connecting flights, which are obviously not happening tonight. This is just a small section. So this is the Frontier terminal, I believe Terminal 3 of the McCarran Airport, which got changed to the Harry Reid Airport a few weeks before he died, but there's still signs all over that say McCarran Airport. So the first place we're going to go, I have a little bit of a plan for this late night layover fun instead of sitting in an airport. There is a 24-hour tiki bar. Well, during the week it's open until 6 a.m. Called the Golden Tiki, and that's the first place we're going to go. So we're going to hop in an Uber and take a ride to the Golden Tiki. What's
Paging all arriving United Airlines passengers.
Oh.
Please retrieve your luggage.
Oh, United Airlines baggage service will close. So the good news is we're headed out. We'll come back to the airport about noon tomorrow, and hopefully, I got whole fingers crossed, make it into the Amex Centurion Lounge over here, because I think they are actually connected. But now to the Uber and the Tiki Bar, which is open until 6 a.m. So we got another 3-4 hours there. We're not going to stay there that long. We're going to go to the Luxor. We're going to go to the Pepper Mill for breakfast and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So, all right, it is 11:46 a.m. On the next day. We went out. There's a whole video that goes over what happened when we went out, and I'm coming back to the airport. My bag is hopefully still here, and it's going to be checked onto Seattle. I am here about 3 hours before the flight. I don't need to check a bag, but I am going to go hang out in the in the Amex Centurion Lounge. Hopefully. I'll let you know when I get there if we're good or not. Catch you in the Centurion Lounge. For everyone that was watching my lounge saga yesterday, I'll let you know I was able to get into the Centurion Lounge today. And yes, I'm one of the weirdest people in the world because I'm in the Amex Centurion Lounge, and right when I get out of here, I'm taking a Frontier flight. But I did get a 805 beer, which is not, didn't have any local beer on tap, but it's a California beer. They said it's pretty good. They got some mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, cookie, and some chicken. And I'm just hanging out in this lounge, getting some editing done. Got power right on the table, which is very useful to have. And unlike in the Frontier Terminal, where I have to go in about half an hour, 40 minutes or so, people aren't fighting and killing each other for power outlets, because it's not the Hunger Games in the Centurion Lounge like it seems to be on the Frontier flights. So I'll give you an update when we get to the gate and see if this flight's going to be delayed and then actually on time like the other one, because that was a really unique time travel trick that the captain actually pulled. So this was only about a 2-hour flight, 2-hour and 20-minute flight to Seattle, and then we'll check out, well, I don't know if we're going to check out, but I'm going to go to my Airbnb, and I am going to go. But, yeah, keep you along for the rest of my GoWild experience. But yeah, I'm leaving the comforts of the Amex Centurion Lounge in a few minutes and going back into the Hunger Games. So, wish me luck. I am all for pleasant surprises, and pleasant surprise, they made an announcement right when I was standing by the gate. They needed 4 volunteers to get an exit row for free, and yeah, so hey, look, I got a free exit row on a Frontier flight. As long as this flight takes off on time. It might not suck as much as the first one, but looking up on this flight, I mean, I can't even reach the bottom of my seat. And I'm a pretty tall guy, so the best exit row I've ever had on a domestic airline. So I understand why they generally would charge for it. Okay. Second flight's better than the first. It might have just been the Miami passengers, because if you ever dealt with Miami drivers, Miami passengers are kind of like Miami drivers. You know, I can't lie. That flight was not that bad at all, overall. I mean, it was like a normal commercial airline flight. I know. Maybe it's just leaving Miami. The crew, Miami-based flight crew, and a bunch of Miami passengers made that first trip really unbearable. The level of stupid on that first trip was insane, the first flight. So I can't really come to a conclusion right now. What I gotta do is I gotta give it until my trip back, because the Las Vegas-based flight crew was fine. The people leaving Las Vegas, fine. It might just be Miami people on that airline, and the Miami terminal on that airline is frigging miserable. Or are freaking miserable, because we're talking about two things. I'm going to wrap this up now as I go down the escalator into Seattle. But overall, like I said, I saved about $100 each way, so I'm about halfway paid back on my $3.99 that I paid for the GoWild pass. So I have one more trip at this value to take in order to be paid back, and then I'm in the green and in profits. And if I do travel without a checked bag, or I do travel without a carry-on, and I just travel with a personal item, that makes it a lot easier. But overall, I'm going to have to give it a 50-50, because I think it really depends where your flight leaves from, who's on board, where the crew's based, because our Vegas crew today was great. Let's see, I'm not going to make a whole blog on the experience going back towards Miami, but yeah, not nearly as bad on the second flight. And it wasn't just about the leg room, it just wasn't nearly as bad. So this is Richard from No Pants Profits with his review of the GoWild plan from Frontier Airlines, reminding you that when you wear no pants, you only got one thing left to lose, and that is your shirt. Have a great one. Bye.